Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mission Channel 33. I am Tatiana. I'm here to help solve more missing women, children, and men cases. I'm here to break the codes if I see any. I'm here to see where their bodies are located if they know. And I'm also here to see if they alive, deceased, body, suited, change their ethnicity or misidentity. Y'all already should know who's involved, so let's begin. I'm just doing this to clear my name, okay? Who killed Jane Britton? 50-year murder investigation finally closed. Amen. Jane Britton missed an exam on the morning of January the 7th, 1969. It was unlike the 23-year-old Harvard graduate student to do so, and her boyfriend suspected something was wrong. Advances in DNA technology led to breakthrough in 1969 cold case. Shortly after noon that day, he made a horrifying discovery in her apartment. He found Jane lying face down in her bed, having been beaten and strangled to death. The anthropology student has been raped and murdered sometime that night, but the evidence collected from the crime scene will sit for nearly 50 years, waiting for technology to catch up to it. Okay, she had to kill Kia to know who really did it. Okay, that's sad though. This is the story of the science that finally filled in the pieces of a sad story without an ending. Jane Sanders Britton was born in 1945 in Boston. She grew up in Needham, Massachusetts, just a few miles outside the city. In 1969, Britton was studying anthropology at Harvard and living in an apartment complex on University Avenue. Yeah, she is over there in Apple Tree. The building sits just outside Harvard Square to the west, not far from the Charles River. When Jane was found the next day, an autopsy reveals fractures in her skull, contusions to her head, and liquefaction of her brain, all contributing to the cause of death. She had been hit a number of times, obviously very severely in the head, and that caused hemorrhaging, breaking in the head, and was sexually assaulted as well, said Middlesex District Attorney Myron Ryan. See, Kia? I don't care. I'm just saying though. She had to do all that to know this. DNA from but y'all up there though. That's what I'm saying. That's all I gotta say. But you up there though. Okay. DNA from the sexual assault was collected in 1969, but there was simply no technology that allowed for it to be effectively used to identify her killer at the time. Jane's neighbors told investigators the next day they had heard someone on the fire escape connected to her apartment early in the evening on the night she was murdered. A second witness told police they saw a 6-foot tall man running in the street outside her apartment around 1:30 a.m. that morning. This was the bulk of the evidence police had to work with for almost 50 years, despite a deluge of tips from the public. But there was also a strange detail that distracted investigators in the wake of the murder. Red ochre, a clay earth pigment losing paints, and various rituals were found scattered all over her apartment. Cool, because usually when you shoot them type of people, they blood turn black. It don't stay red forever. Like her blood literally stay red. Eventually, investigators say they explained its presence away as it was likely part of Britain's anthropology studies. It simply must have been scattered around the room in a struggle. 2017, there were several appeals to have the case files made public with the hope that private investigators could help shed light on Jane's killer. But in 2018, the Middlesex County District Attorney's Office got the break that they had been waiting for. DNA. According to Marion Ryan, it was in October 2017, the Massachusetts State Police Crime Lab was finally able to make a DNA profile from the samples collected. Okay, yeah, Kia, my daughter. It's the investigative framework that led investigators to announce Tuesday they were finally closing Jane's case. Yes, the profile they made of DNA matched the profile that already existed in CODIS. This is the oldest case that we've been able to get a breakthrough like this, said Ryan. The Combined DNA Index System is a national database run by the FBI which catalogs the DNA profiles of people convicted of crimes. The profile made in 2017 came back to a man named Michael Sumter. Okay. The murder of Jane Britton had raised many questions and piqued the interest of members of the community over the past 50 years. Ryan said in a statement Tuesday, "I am confident the mystery of who killed Jane Britton has finally been solved and this case is officially closed." Investigators say something had no connection to Jane Britton and they probably didn't even know each other. Amen. In 2018, Years after his death, investigators finally matched the profile for James' killers closely enough that Sumter's brother determined that Michael Sumter was the man who apparently scaled James' fire escape on the evening January 6, 1969, and raped and murdered her in her apartment. Okay? That's basically the story of Shanice 2004. Okay, clear my name. So if you like to help with this case, you can. I don't do it for the fame or the money. I do it because it's what I love to do. And to the real families of these victims, corporate America will set y'all up. Thank y'all. Peace and be safe.